Hi, I'm picking up a DoorDash order for Ann.
Okay, go ahead and pull forward.
Thank you. Today we are looking at the DoorDash end of destination orders. We want to just test it out for the very first time on this video to see how it goes. Potentially it's supposed to take you to the area that you want to be in at the end of your dash. So most likely that's going to be your house or apartment. I'm pretty sure that this is only going to happen at the end of my delivery day. If you really only want to watch that part, I guess you can skip to the end. But I'd advise against it because you never know what's going to happen in these delivery videos. We got our first one for Jack in the Box. It is $7. This was under 3 miles, so I said, okay, that is something that I can reasonably accept. We are now working on a $6.50 order for Subway. The distance is also short. I really like these short deliveries. I mean, I'm probably not going to get more than $6.50, but that is okay with me. Subways in my area are usually really solid, almost always having the orders ready. And in this case, I was there 5 minutes before the pickup time, but it was still ready. It was just one sandwich, not that much money, but it was great to just have the order sitting there waiting for me. And then it was only like 4 minutes to the customer. I have a DoorDash order for John. It appears my customer really likes beefy melt burritos, 5 of them, and then 1 of something else. I'm gonna be in this line for like 5 or 6 minutes. I'm thinking that this might have been a good order to accept anyway, just because like you don't know, like if you decline this one, you don't know exactly when that next order is going to come through. It might be the very next order, so you might only be waiting like 30 seconds, or you might be waiting 5 minutes for the next good order. And so would you rather wait for an order for 5 minutes or in the Taco Bell drive-thru for 5 minutes? It depends on what kind of restaurants you can get coming to your phone within the next couple minutes.
Have a great one.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Oh man, that took longer than I thought it would, but then again, that's kind of my fault for accepting a Taco Bell order. Well, after the pickup, the rest of the delivery was very easy and short, and we did not get more than $6.50. We're still looking for our first hidden tip of the day. Maybe it'll come in this next order. This next one is for CVS, $13 for 2.5 miles. Of course, it's a great order if it's just going to a restaurant, but you do have to shop for the items here. It is 5 items, so it's not too bad. And this person is definitely sick. I mean, just look at the items. So there's like NyQuil in there. There's a bunch of stuff to help with a cold or a flu. So hopefully it's a leave at door. We're gonna have to go shop for these, and I'm expecting to take about 5 to 10 minutes in there. If it's more than 10 minutes, then I shouldn't have accepted it, but I think it'll be quicker. They wanted this Theraflu flu relief, but they only have the daytime ones, not the nighttime ones. So we're just going to refund the customer for that one. There's the NyQuil. It was looking pretty bare, so I was worried, but I had to go all the way down to the ground to find this one. Let's see if we can get a DoorDash order, or we're gonna stick with Uber Eats. We're getting closer and closer to testing out that end of dash destination orders. I'm really excited to see what it's like. But for right now, we made another mistake. We got this Filiberto's order, usually a very good restaurant in my area, $7.75. The mileage wasn't too bad either, and it seemed pretty slow. I wasn't getting a ton of orders out here, so I was like, okay, I'll take it. And turns out usually a 0-minute wait turned into like a 10-minute wait there. That was just not fun for me at all. And then this drive, I don't even understand like why there's like a ton of traffic in this area. It doesn't really make sense to me why there is. There wasn't a lot of traffic like an hour ago anywhere, but now I'm just kind of sitting here at this red light. Oh, crazy development. Oh, I cannot believe it. I was only expecting about a $4 tip on that one because they really didn't order that much food. It was going to a nice neighborhood, but I'm like, all right, a $4 tip. Like, I guess that's better than like 50% of the tips out there. So like, that's fine. Like, I was willing to accept it in the first place. Got it dropped off. It was a handed to me order. Again, not a lot of food. And I was just like very neutral. I'm like, all right, thank you for your order. Have a good day. And then I saw how much I got paid, and it was so much more than I thought it was going to be. What an insane tip on that one. And then this next one, this one's interesting. It is for $18, 7.7 miles. It's taking me pretty far outside of an area that I would normally want to deliver in, but like that's okay because I am testing out the new feature of taking me home basically on DoorDash. And so I was like, okay, this is actually perfect. It'll bring me to a new area, different area, and then I'll use the DoorDash app to hopefully get an order that takes me back to basically where I want to end my day. So I'm gonna like stay around in that area for a little bit until it is time to make my way back. We walked into that restaurant. Both of the orders were sitting there on the counter. All they had to do was add some napkins to the bag, staple it up, and then I was on my way. So amazing. Wow. I mean, like, it is a slow day, but some of these restaurants have just been really nice. And even like the bad restaurants, like the Filiberto's, I was still able to get a really nice tip. We actually had to go to that further customer first, which is like so interesting to me. Like, we drove past the second customer to go to the first customer. I was not expecting that, but I guess I'm kind of happy about it because the second customer was actually in a really busy hotspot, something that I wasn't expecting. And then before we were even able to finish the second order, we got a pop-up for Five Guys from Uber Eats, and the customer didn't tip that much, especially with this $2 boost plus pay. But I figured, like, the mileage is great. Order's probably going to be ready because there's like a small amount of items, but of course it's Five Guys, so you just never know when you're going to have to wait like 5 to 8 minutes. That's what they told me, which is fine because I'm like, hey, I can film this video, I can use the restroom, I can try to look more on this DoorDash app to see exactly how I'm going to approach this strategy, since I've never actually tested it out before, to try to take me home. We have started our trek home on DoorDash. It's actually not that far, but we did start that. I'll get to that in a moment, but we did have to drop off that Five Guys order first. There was really no problems with that, just except for the wait time. Got here, dropped it off, and there we go. So on DoorDash, I started the process. I selected the address I wanted to go to. It's not actually my address. It's just like some store. Right before I selected my end destination, I decided to unpause myself, see what kind of orders I got, and they really were not any good orders. I was like, there's no way I'm accepting any of these, so it's fine, and none of them were going close to my end destination, so we just rejected all of them, selected the end destination, and apparently we're going now. Apparently, when you start your end of dash, it will not let you cancel that. I had my dash scheduled until 10 p.m. just because I didn't know how long I was going to be out here, but I was like, you know what, this is the right time. But I was like, okay, hopefully I can get out of this somehow if I don't actually get to that destination, but that is not the case. It is giving me 2 hours to get there though, so I mean, like, if you're wanting to stay out longer, I don't think you should necessarily worry about that. However, I do think that it's only going to send me orders now that are going in that direction, which I guess it's okay as long as you know that up front, that you can't cancel out of it. I haven't received an order yet. This is very interesting. I received maybe like 4 or 5 right before I decided to start this. Again, like, they were all bad, so like, of course I didn't want any of them. But now I'm wondering if it's like highly filtering out some of these orders because I am trying to go that way. I don't know what kind of orders I get. Hopefully I get orders that are like kind of close to that area and not just like exactly right there, because then I might not even get a single order. Of course, it is kind of a slow time right now, but I should still be getting something. So we're going to, I'm not going to get to that area quite yet because I still want to like test it out, because if I do get to that area, they might just be like, all right, your dash is over. So we will stay like a mile or 2 away from it and see if we get any type of orders. Well, this is interesting. I've been sitting in this one spot next to a bunch of restaurants for 25 minutes now, and I haven't received a single order. I've also had Uber Eats on, and I've gotten about like 6 or 7. Oh, and one's popping up right now. So I have no idea if this is a good idea that DoorDash is doing. Again, I'm about a mile or two away from that end destination. I am pretty sure that DoorDash is filtering out orders that won't take me close to there. So it's actually kind of frustrating because I probably would have accepted something if it was a good payout and it just wasn't going that exact area. I just don't know because, like, again, it's not a very busy time of day. Like, it's after the lunch rush, but I'm surprised I've just received 0 offers. So I'm actually going to drive over there. I'm going to see what happens when I get like really close to see if DoorDash just ends my dash or if I don't even know what would happen. So let's go over there now. I started driving. I was getting very, very close. Nothing was happening. Thought it was kind of strange that there was no updates on my phone. I just got closer and closer. It was just like at some Chipotle and I was just like waiting for something to happen. And then I got a notification saying that I have arrived, or I'm like really close to the destination, and I can tap there to open the DoorDasher app to end my dash. And that was it. Nothing really happened except for that. It was just that notification. It didn't end my dash. Something that was very interesting. Actually, on my way there, I got a Chick-fil-A offer for $6.50, and the destination, the customer's house, was like within 0.2 miles of that destination that I set. I thought that was very interesting. I'm wondering if that is the closest that it can be to the end destination for DoorDash to send out that order. Maybe that's why that was the very first one I got in 25 minutes. I'm curious to test this out more because, like, I just don't know, like, if it's 0.2 miles to the destination, like, that's not a very big area. That actually is not big enough for me to like want to set this in the future. But I don't know. I'm sure DoorDash is working on this. I'm sure that everybody that tests this out, I'm sure they're getting data on all of us to figure out if this is something that they want to continue to try to give to all dashers. Very strange and interesting test. I don't think it was a huge success, but I will keep testing this out more and see if there's any good news or bad news to report. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a like, and I will see you in the next one.